Hello everyone, and welcome back to my chatty sassy channel here on YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing a video that wasn't intended to be a tag, but it's kind of turned into one, and that is the popular luxury items that I was influenced to buy, and if those were good things or not. So overall, I don't have too many pieces that I feel like I was influenced into buying, where I got up in the hype, something was super trendy, I had to have it. I have a few of those. And a lot of times I see these items and I love them for other people, that I love that for you. But like, it just doesn't work for me, and so I haven't bought a whole lot of those, and I only have one item on this list that I feel to be a true mistake. So with that, let's start out with the first item, which was a very, very popular one, the Gucci GG Marmont belt. So obviously this belt was everywhere. There are people who hate this belt, there are people who love this belt. I did get this belt when it was already starting to sort of go out of trend, because when it was very in trend, I was in college, and so I had different priorities that weren't luxury, so spending $450 on a belt was insane to me at the time. And then I got a gift card to Nordstrom for Christmas, and so this belt was basically a gift from people who I love very much, and I do really like it. I don't wear it anymore, but I am still happy that I have it, and so because of that, I don't really feel a need to get rid of it, and I definitely don't feel any regret over it. Now, on the trend of Gucci, when Gucci was doing the Gucci 100 celebration, they came out with the Gucci 100 sneakers and the Gucci 100 packaging. I wanted a piece of that so much. I wanted a piece of the Gucci 100. And I'd ordered in the Gucci 100A sneakers, and I was so excited to get them because I tried them on in store and they'd fit great. But the pair that I ordered in were in the same size that I tried on in the store. They were weirdly big, and like they didn't fit well, and the pair that I tried on when I went back to the store to at first just try and exchange these, they were weird, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna return these. I'm not finding a pair that really fits. But I was still really in love with the white sneakers, and because I couldn't get the Gucci white sneakers, and like the Gucci white sneakers were everywhere at that point, I decided to go with another really popular white sneaker, and that is the Christian Louboutin white sneaker. And these are, again, another item where I have worn them. I don't really regret getting them necessarily, but at the same time, I don't think this was an item that I had to have. In my mind, I was gonna wear white sneakers all the time, and the reality is, because these were such expensive white sneakers, I still don't even wear them that much because I want to keep them nice and bright and white. So it wasn't the best use of my money. Also, at the time, I was debating getting these or the Kate 85 Christian Louboutin slingbacks. And my husband was with me, and he's like, get the sneakers. The sneakers are cool, they're different, they're casual. And so I went with his advice and got those because I was between the two and I could only get one that day. And so I ended up leaving those. They were $625 at the time. They're now $850, so they've gone up $225, and I still really want those. And there are so many occasions where if I had those, I would have worn them, much more so than with these. So I think that I probably should have gone with a less expensive pair of white sneakers. That being said, these are great. They aren't going anywhere, but it probably would have been smarter to get the slingbacks that I still want. Now, next influenced piece. Over the summer, I saw so many of my friends getting the Valentino Rockstud sandals, and Dale got them, and then Meredith got several pairs, and then Claire from Claire Louise Luxe got several pairs, and I had been looking at a pair for like a year and a half, and they finally went on sale in December for like 50% off. And so I got the black, the So Black rock studs, and I'd sort of been wanting something that was so black anyway because I wear a lot of black clothing, and so I was super thrilled to pick these up on sale. I am thrilled with these. I'm perfectly glad that I decided, after seeing so many of my friends talk about them and love them, that I got them, because these are really comfortable. I have already worn these, despite the fact that I got them in Christmas, because I live in Tennessee, and Tennessee, we can have summer and winter in the same week here. So I'm very glad that I got these. These were 100% great purchase and zero regrets on getting these. My only regret is I also didn't get the white pair that was on sale in these as well. Now, one of the biggest things that has been talked about this year is Murakami. And I grew up in an age where I thought that the multicolor was just regular Louis Vuitton. I had no idea it was a collaboration. And so whenever I was in college and I started looking at getting my first piece of Louis Vuitton, and I realized that, like, they didn't have that anymore. And I asked about it, and they're like, oh yeah, that was just a collaboration. That's not true, like, permanent collection Louis Vuitton, even though it was there for forever. And so I thought, you know, if they ever do bring this back, I really want to get a piece of Murakami. And thinking that they weren't going to bring it back, I've looked at pre-loved pieces over the years, and then whenever this collection was announced, I knew I had to get something. I didn't even necessarily care what I got, I had to get something. And the piece that I picked up was the little cosmetic pouch. I wanted to have this piece to put into my Neverfull whenever I'm traveling, to keep my little odds and ends, keep my charging cord, keep my AirPods in, keep like if I have a little bit of medicine that I need to take, keep that in here, to keep just the little odds and ends together. And this has worked beautifully and perfectly for that. So I'm 100% thrilled that I got this. I was so close. In fact, I tried very, very hard to get the black key pouch, to get the black key clay. And I ended up being really glad that I wasn't able to get that didn't have the availability, because what I've realized, seeing everyone else unbox it, I don't love the black in the same way that I love the white. And so the white is the one that really works for me, and this is the perfect piece for me. It's very useful for me. I would have had no use for that black key pouch, and so I'm really, really glad that it was unavailable, so that I didn't make a mistake there, because that would have been a regret. But this is 100% a great purchase, and I'm so happy to have it, because it's also cured me from wanting to get, I don't feel like I need any more Murakami. I do not feel like I need any more Louis Vuitton at this point. I told my husband when I got my trunk that I was not going to buy any more Louis Vuitton unless they brought back the multicolor. They brought back the multicolor, and so I got my multicolor piece, and now I am done shopping at Louis Vuitton, I think. Now, another piece that it was not really a viral piece, but it's something that all of my YouTube friends had talked about and how great it was. And that goes to Deb. Deb talked about it a lot from Wild and Filtered. Meredith from Living Lux with Meredith talked about it a lot. I'd seen Cassie Thorpe talk about how great this piece was and how everyone should have it. I'd seen Mel say on how everyone should have it. And I want to say there were a few other YouTubers as well who had said, like, everyone needs to have this particular piece. The Chanel wallet on chain is that piece. And I have, for the couple of years that I've been on YouTube, talked about how I didn't plan to buy Chanel. I didn't like Chanel. I didn't want Chanel. And last year I bought 2 pre-loved Chanel pieces. And I still do not feel the need to buy anything new in store from Chanel, but I love this. I absolutely understand the hype now. I did feel ridiculous paying nearly $2,000 with tax for a wallet on chain, but I have loved carrying this all summer, all fall, all winter. This has become a go-to for me. And so I have zero regrets of being influenced to buy a Chanel wallet on chain. I could definitely see myself getting perhaps 1 or 2 more walks, getting like maybe a metallic walk or a patent leather walk. I could see one of those happening in the future, just because I do really enjoy this one so much, and it was definitely a great thing to be influenced to buy. The next thing that I was influenced on to buy is from Fendi, and I've heard everyone on YouTube talking about how great Fendi is. And we don't have a Findi in Nashville, so I really hadn't had a lot of opportunity to look at Findi. I looked at Findi in Hawaii when we went in 2022, I think. And then I looked at Findi in Atlanta. That was down in 2023. Then the 25th anniversary of the baguette happened. And everybody was buying baguettes. And the baguette was everywhere, and everyone was talking about how the baguette was just this fantastic everyday all around bag, and the baguette was just the best thing ever. And so I bought a vintage baguette, and that one didn't stay in my collection. It just felt too small for me. The regular size baguettes felt too big for me. The mini baguettes felt too small for me. And then we went to New York. And as we were walking around the second What Goes Around Comes Around location that we went into, which I think is the Broadway location, I saw sitting on the shelf a bag that I'd seen on their Instagram. The yellow Findi chain baguette. Turns out the baguette that works for me is the one that most people don't like. This is definitely the least popular of the baguette sizes, the chain baguette, but it's the one size that actually works for me. Both with this and with this, I was sitting with the Handbag Tribe, and they were highly encouraging me to get this one and to get this one. And if it were not for them being there, I would not have gotten 2 bags in one day. I'd never bought 2 bags in one day before. I'm also very glad that Blake happened to be in Soho at the time and came and met us and was like, yeah, honey, you have to get that bag. So I was very influenced and very pushed into getting this one. And I was kind of very unhappy when I first got it because I felt pushed into getting it. And then the first time that I used this bag, I was like, okay, I no longer am unhappy about getting this bag. I am no longer feeling a bit resentful and a bit regretful. I'm very happy that I got this one, and I'm still very happy that I got this bag. And in fact, I love this one so much, I am very much considering getting a winter version, getting something in a fur, or in like a shearling, and adding that to my collection. I found a couple on Vestiaire Collective that I really, really like and I'm really, really tempted by. Meredith has a denim Findi chain baguette that I love and that is gorgeous and that I would also love to have, but I am so happy that I have this bag, and I'm so glad that I was pushed and influenced into getting this, because if I hadn't been pushed, I think I would have ended up regretting not having this one. Now, honorable mention this video, if I'm talking about popular luxury items, a popular luxury item that I cannot avoid talking about is the fact that I do have a Neverfull. I did not buy the Neverfull though, it was given to me, which is why it's only an honorable mention on this list, but I 100% love the Neverfull. Like, it is the best tote bag on the market for a big tote bag, the GM size specifically. The other sizes I'm kind of like meh on. But the GM Neverfull, I really feel like can't be beat. So that one should be on this list, but because I didn't buy it, I left it off. Now, the last 2 pieces that I want to talk about are pieces that I was also influenced to buy in the very early days when I started watching luxury YouTube. Because I was watching Isabel Styles and I was watching Mel from Mel in Melbourne a lot. And the 2 pieces that I'm really talking about that I very much regret getting, even though I've sold them on and I didn't lose anything on them, are my Burberry t-shirt that had the little Burberry cuffed short sleeve, and then my Chanel tweed jacket. I took the fact that they had hundreds of thousands of followers, meant that their word was law, and I didn't think about how those things would fit into my life. I realized that those were not pieces that were my style. It wasn't the fit of t-shirt that I liked. It wasn't the jacket style that I liked. And so because of that, they're pieces that don't work for me. And had I been more comfortable in my own style and not feeling like I needed to listen to other people's style, I think I could have avoided making those mistakes and the stress that came with not wanting to mess them up and the stress that came with then having to sell them on. And I think that the moral of that one is, don't like something just because random people on YouTube tell you to like it. And I think that had I realized that earlier, I could have avoided several mistakes. So overall, I don't think that I've done too bad. I haven't really lost anything. I haven't lost any money on anything. The pieces that I've kept, even if they aren't my favorites, I'm still okay keeping them, and I don't necessarily regret having them in my collection because they do make my collection more rounded and filled out. So overall, I think I've done pretty well with my influenced pieces, and some of the influenced pieces I'm so glad that I was influenced by because I absolutely love them and they are some of my favorite pieces in my entire collection. So with that, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, everybody. Bye!